The atmosphere inside the Indiana Farm Bureau Football Center has been electric this past week. As we navigate the early stages of free agency, the vision for the 2026 Indianapolis Colts is starting to crystallize in ways that suggest Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard are playing a very calculated long game. We are tracking a major roster shakeup, a significant veteran retention move, and a list of familiar faces who might still be coming back to the fold. There is a lot to unpack as the front office balances immediate impact with long-term salary cap health. If you are as invested in this transition as I am, please consider helping our channel reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Your support makes this level of analysis possible. As we sit here on March 15th, looking at the landscape of the roster following the opening wave of free agency, the identity that Shane Steichen is trying to build for the Indianapolis Colts is becoming abundantly clear. It is not just about bringing in new names, it is about finding the right pieces to fit a high-tempo, explosive offensive scheme that demands versatility at every position. When we look at the projected starting lineup, the most striking observation is how the front office has prioritized trenches and speed at the perimeter. The offensive line remains a bedrock of the organization, but the infusion of new talent in the secondary and the defensive line rotation shows that Chris Ballard is looking to create more chaos on third downs. Strategically, this is a departure from previous years, where the team might have stayed more static. Now, we are seeing an aggressive approach to filling depth charts with players who have the specific athletic profiles required for the modern NFL. The coaching staff is clearly obsessed with creating mismatches, and the lineup projections reflect that. We have seen a shift in how they view the safety position, leaning toward guys who can play in the box and cover in space, which is essential given the way the division is trending offensively. Furthermore, the decision to bolster the depth in the wide receiver room indicates that they want options for the quarterback to exploit underneath and in the seams. It is a calculated move to ensure that no single injury derails the offensive production. The defensive side of the ball is equally intriguing. By focusing on length and speed, the team is trying to mitigate the explosive plays that hampered them in critical moments last season. Every position battle we are tracking right now seems to have a direct correlation to the goal of controlling the tempo of the game. It is not just about the starters, it is about the rotational value. If you look at the salary cap implications of these moves, it is evident that the front office has exercised restraint where necessary, while pouncing on value contracts that provide massive upside. This is the hallmark of a team that believes its window is open, but is wise enough to avoid the pitfalls of over-leveraging the future. As we move through the spring, expect these roles to remain fluid, but the foundation is set. The competition is going to be fierce in training camp, and that is exactly what the coaching staff wants. They are fostering an environment where every snap must be earned. But that is not the only situation developing right now as the front office continues to refine the roster.
If you are enjoying this deep dive into the Colts roster construction, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are tracking every move to keep you ahead of the game.
In a move that caught many by surprise for its pragmatism and respect for the locker room culture, Chris Ballard has successfully inked a respected veteran to a well-deserved contract for the 2026 season. This is a classic move that reinforces the identity of the team as one that rewards loyalty and performance while keeping the core of the locker room intact. When you analyze why this specific player was targeted for a return, you have to look beyond just the stats. It is about the mentorship they provide to the younger players in the room and the stability they offer during high-leverage situations. In the NFL, having a veteran who knows the scheme inside and out is essentially like having another coach on the field. Chris Ballard has always preached about building from within, and this contract extension is a testament to that philosophy. Financial flexibility is always a major talking point, and by structuring this deal the way they did, the team maintains its ability to remain active in the later stages of free agency if a bargain pops up. From a scheme perspective, this veteran provides a reliable anchor. Whether they are in the trenches or patrolling the back end, their presence allows the defensive coordinator to be more creative with his blitz packages and coverage rotations. You cannot quantify the value of a leader who understands the nuances of the game and can adjust on the fly when an opponent changes their formation. The emotional impact on the fan base is also significant. There is a sense of continuity that fans crave, especially after a period of roster turnover. Watching a player who embodies the Colts way sign a new deal sends a message to the rest of the league that this organization values its own. Furthermore, looking at the historical context, the team has had success in the past when they have kept their core veterans around to help transition the younger draft picks into starting roles. This move acts as a bridge, ensuring that the standards of excellence are maintained even as new faces enter the facility. There is also the matter of the salary cap. By managing this contract effectively, they have avoided putting themselves in a corner, allowing for potential future moves that could bolster the roster further. As we analyze the depth chart moving forward, this veteran is going to be the barometer for how the team prepares and executes throughout the grueling 17-game season. It is a strategic win for the front office and a morale booster for the locker room. The synergy between management and the veteran core is what separates championship-caliber teams from the rest of the pack. It sets a tone of professionalism that trickles down to every single player on the 53-man roster. We are seeing a cohesive vision emerge where experience and youth are balanced perfectly to maximize the team's ceiling for the coming year. It is time to look at who else might be returning as we pivot to the potential re-signing still on the table.
As we monitor the final pieces of the puzzle, there are 3 specific free agents who could still re-sign with Indianapolis, and their return would provide a massive boost to the depth and tactical flexibility Shane Steichen has been building. These are players who are intimately familiar with the system, which significantly reduces the learning curve as we approach OTAs. The first candidate is a high-motor defender who understands the gap integrity requirements of the current scheme. Bringing him back would allow the team to maintain its rotational depth along the defensive line, which is crucial for staying fresh late in the fourth quarter. The second player is a versatile offensive weapon who has shown the ability to play multiple roles in the backfield and out wide. His re-signing would give the offensive staff incredible variety in their personnel groupings, forcing defenses to guess whether they are looking at a run-heavy set or a spread formation. The third player is a reliable special teams ace who also provides necessary veteran depth in the defensive secondary. His return would be a low-cost, high-reward move that solidifies the back end of the roster. When we look at the strategic evaluation of these potential moves, it comes down to fit and financial value. Shane Steichen values players who are not just talented, but who are also intelligent and adaptable. These 3 individuals have already proven that they can execute at a high level within the existing framework of the team. Bringing them back keeps the chemistry strong and provides a sense of comfort for the rest of the squad. From an analytical perspective, these re-signings would be efficient uses of the remaining cap space. Instead of taking a risk on an unknown commodity from another system, the team would be doubling down on players they know will perform their assigned roles without hesitation. This is the kind of methodical approach that Chris Ballard is known for. He is patient, waiting for the market to settle, and then making the smart, value-driven decisions that pay off when the season gets tough. The impact on the locker room would also be positive, as these are guys that the current roster respects and trusts. It is about building a culture of continuity, where everyone is pulling in the same direction. As we look ahead, the possibility of these reunions remains a major storyline to track. We are keeping a close eye on the negotiations, as any of these signings would finalize the core group that the team will take into the preseason. The strategy is clearly to enter the season with a roster that is not only talented, but deeply unified in its understanding of the coaching staff's expectations. It is a calculated path to success that emphasizes long-term growth over short-term flash, and it is exactly what this organization needs to compete in a tough division. We will continue to update you as these talks progress, because in the NFL, the roster is never truly finished until the first kickoff of the regular season. It is going to be a fascinating spring as Shane Steichen and the front office finalize this roster. Between the new acquisitions, the veteran retention, and the potential for familiar faces to return, the Colts are positioning themselves for a very competitive year. I want to hear from you. Of those 3 free agents we discussed, who do you think is the most critical to bring back? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation going. If you found this update useful, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our insider analysis. Thanks for watching, and we will talk again soon.